What's good people, and welcome back to the channel here on Kruboy Productions. My name is BK, and this is the Silly Nerdy and Wordy Podcast, episode number 82. And this is going to be about Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, my Nerdy Rewatch Series. And in this episode, I'll be talking about Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, movie number 1, as I'm starting a new series here about taking a look at older movies, Blu-rays that I have, rewatching them in the lens that I look at movies now that I didn't look at it when the movies came out initially or when it was on Blu-ray when I first watched it. What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone is doing very well. Glad to be back doing another episode. And what I'm going to be doing today is talking a little bit about my background with the Harry Potter franchise in terms of my fandom, and then telling you about what I thought about watching this movie for the second time on Blu-ray and dissecting it as I do movies today. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. I always talk about, is a movie Blu-ray worthy? And I have many Blu-rays. This is the Blu-ray here that I have for the movie one for Harry Potter. First of many that I hope to go into. Different franchises, whether it's MCU, whether it's Lord of the Rings, James Bond, the Insurgent movies, Hunger Games. I'm going to get into all of those and more, and newer ones as I move along here. First, my background about Harry Potter, to be upfront, I've never read any of the books. I was not into the books back then when they were releasing, so I didn't read any of the books. Then the movies came around. Initially, I did not watch any of the movies in theaters. It was not until Deathly Hallows Part 1, movie number 7. It was the holidays and someone wanted to see it, so I went with a big group, didn't know what was going on, and I didn't see Part 8 in theaters. It wasn't until years later in 2014 when I bought the complete 8 Blu-ray disc set on Amazon. And then that summer, I just watched one of them 1 week at a time in the summer during the off season of the NFL. And so I watched all of them and they all got progressively better. And so that's my background on Harry Potter. I love them and the story. I watched the reunion they had on HBO Max a couple years ago, and I'm excited about the new series that is going to be coming to HBO Max that they are currently filming right now. So looking forward to seeing that when that comes out. But I am here to talk about movie number 1, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone or the Sorcerer's Stone. This is only my second time watching this movie, so I haven't seen it since I saw it on the Blu-ray the first time around. So generally, I like the movie all around. And let's get into first the director. The director is Chris Columbus. The cast stars Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, Maggie Smith, Robbie Coltrane, Alan Rickman. Those are the 6 that I want to mention in terms of the cast. Obviously, it's many more in this cast. And before I go on, I want to acknowledge the last 3 actors that I named. They are unfortunately no longer with us, but they left a lot of great work behind for all of us to enjoy. And I'm going to try to pivot from that as best as I can. And now back to this film. I liked it when I first saw it, and second time around still holds up. Overall, it's a solid movie. For me, I think this movie did a really great job of the world building and setting everything up to what we all know eventually what will happen in movie number 8. So a great job with that. The standout performance, it was Professor Snape, Alan Rickman's character, just everything he did with that, the way he was talking, his movements, the tone of his voice. Every time he was on screen, I just loved what he was doing. So he was the standout and integral part of the story of this first film. And so love what he did with it. And then in terms of the kids at the time, the three leads, enjoy their interactions with each other once they all got together. And speaking of the kids at the time, there is something I want to get into that is a bit of a nerdy thing. But one thing I talked about in episode 1 and 2, audio only, in terms of the process of filmmaking, when you have kids involved, there are certain child protection laws, and you only have a certain amount of time to film with kids. And at this time these movies came out, starting out, they were 10, 11, 12 years old. And so you have to consider the fact that at this time they had tutors on set. So it would be in their trailers or somewhere learning their school lessons, and then after that go right onto set to learn their lines and do their blocking. So they were doing double duty, as all kids do when they are actors. So that's just something I wanted to point out if you didn't know about that. But in terms of this story, it definitely just sets up everything that we eventually know what's going to happen. The first confrontation with Harry and Voldemort, or he who shall not be named, between the two of them, as him as a baby and as an adult, and then ultimately we get to movie 8, Harry as a young adult, and then Voldemort, but just setting and planting the seeds of that. Obviously we didn't know how movie 8 was going to be, but the setup for that is just all there, and I just love how that is. And the relationships between the three starts to develop, and the way the story also started out with Harry's character, the way he was treated bad with his aunt and uncle, not great, but enjoyed just the development and the character arc as well. And then getting to Hogwarts, just seeing that for the first time. Again, loved how that opening scene was once they got to the hall with all the kids. I imagine there was a lot of kids. I also imagine that there was a lot of extras to fill that big hall with all the kids and the long tables. And so just very well done. It's just very massive in scope, just that hall, the castle. There's a great shot of them as they're getting to Hogwarts. They get off the train, they get into the boats, and they're all moving towards the castle, and you see the candle lighting on the boats as they're moving towards the castle. It's just a big wide shot as they're moving towards it at night. Very, very well done. And then the music, the score, love the score as it starts off, and it's a theme throughout the movie, throughout the entire franchise. And the composer is the great John Williams, as he's done a lot of different things, including Harry Potter. He's attached to many great franchises, whether it's Star Wars or Jaws or Jurassic Park. So great job with the music, and the theme played different ways, even when Hagrid was just sitting outside of his house and playing the Harry Potter theme with his flute. I thought that was a nice touch. And yeah, I just like how everything sets up to what is going to be happening in future movies. The professors, the magic, the creatures, just a solid story. And I'm looking forward to rewatching movie number 2 and beyond. So I think that's all I'm going to have to say for this movie. The only nitpicky thing I would say is I just wish the pacing of the movie was pretty solid. I wish it was just a tick more faster, just a little bit more faster in terms of the rhythm of the movie. But other than that, pretty solid movie for movie number 1. It still holds up. Looking forward to rewatching movie number 2 when I'm able to get to it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did you watch Harry Potter when it initially came out in the theaters? Did you read the books? Did you do both? Are you excited about the new series coming to HBO Max? Have you gone to the theme park? Do you have the robes? Let me know what type of Harry Potter fan you are in the comments. And if you're enjoying this, consider subscribing. to the channel. And for those listening only on YouTube, consider subscribing as well. I appreciate all of you, as well as thank you to all of the new subscribers, new listeners, and current subscribers and listeners. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I will continue to bring you more content here. So again, I'll be doing this rewatch series on different IPs, different movies, older movies that I've seen many times over, or movies that I haven't seen in over 5 or 10 years, as well as newer ones that come on Blu-ray as I'm able to get them. And follow me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all podcast platforms, wherever you get your podcasts. Search for the Silly Nerdy and Wordy Podcast. Okay, now I want to send all of you good vibes for the rest of your day. And until next time, we will talk soon.